We apologize in advance, but we watch way too much TV, movies, and reality TV. Sorry.
Hello.
We're back.
And if you can tell, I'm burnt because summer finally arrived in Vancouver this week.
It has finally.
Finally.
Like, it was like so shit. And like, is it not the most Canadian thing to do? Like, every time you start a call, you're like, the weather.
The weather. I know. Everyone's like the small talk. I can't talk about weather, but I'm like, we can't get enough of it because it never happens to us. We do have good summers, but this summer has been January. They called June January, now July.
I didn't mind it. I would much rather this summer than last. It was like unbearable last summer.
Last summer was tragic too because of like the fires and everything. So it was way too hot last summer. But I don't need it to get any hotter. Like I'm loving the 27 degrees.
It's gonna be like 35 degrees next week.
I know, but I bought an air conditioning unit, the ones that just like plug into your window.
That's a big girl purchase.
A big girl purchase, and it's the best decision I've ever made in my whole entire life.
Especially for like an apartment of your size, like it'll work.
It just fills right up.
Yeah.
I turned it off because I was too cold at night. Like, that's a flex.
What
that's
a luxury.
It's really great.
It's the first world problem. I'm too cold because my air conditioner is too functional.
It was just something that I never experienced last summer because we almost all died of the heat. So I bought an air conditioning months ago preparing for this summer.
That's smart. I was thinking about it at the end of last summer. I was like, if this is what our summers are going to be like now, like in like
global
the 40
warming
plus range, I need to get one. And then I just didn't because they weren't that much cheaper.
You should get them though. Seriously. It's great. Well, you have one.
I have one. It's just Jeff might take it whenever he leaves.
Right.
But who knows when that day will be.
Yes.
Hopefully never.
But something really exciting happened since last time I saw you.
So many things. So, I mean, I guess like we should just admit it's been like a month. It's been a month since our last episode. Like you'll hear them back to back. But
for you, it's only been a week. For us, it's been a month because there was a COVID scare, and then I went on 2 trips. We both went on 1 trip, and then I went on one directly after.
Yeah, life just happened. Summertime's crazy. Like
it's just like social life.
It's hot girl summer. COVID is finally taking a chill pill.
Don't say that. Last time I said that on the podcast, I had COVID like 3 days later.
You can't get it again that close.
Very true.
If anything, I would be the one in the line of fire.
Very true. No, the summer has been really great. I feel like we've been booked and busy.
I love it. It makes me like just feel so social. It's like this past weekend was the first weekend where like people were like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm doing nothing. I literally sat in bed. I don't know why I'm like putting myself on blast like this. I sat in bed for 2 days straight and played Sims. That's all I did.
Okay, so I sat 2 days straight on the couch watching OC because the OC finally came to Canada. So all Canadians are just watching the OC. And then I'm watching One Tree Hill like simultaneously, which is like a crazy.
Wait, what is One Tree Hill on?
Oh no, I have DVDs.
Have the DVDs.
I have the DVDs. I still have a TV in my room. This is how old it is. A DVD player is built in. It still does the trick, and it's great. Team Nathan all the way.
I know. Whenever we do want to like watch something that's like a series, Steve's parents have like a huge collection. They're like, great. Just borrow it, and I was like, I don't own a DVD player.
You should buy it. They're like $20 probably.
I just stream illegally.
Yeah, I can't with that. The buffers, it's just so annoying. I'd rather purchase it on like iTunes.
What website are you using, babe? Because my website is immaculate.
Send me your website. No, but we can all agree that the most exciting thing that happened is that you turned 30.
I'm an old lady now.
30, flirting and thriving.
30, flirty and thriving.
You had a massive blowout. Bash, however you say it.
I had the best time. It was so much fun.
And your family and Steve's family, the cutest families on the earth. Like they're so
Steve's
cute.
parents. Okay, let's break this down from the beginning. Okay,
it was black tie. I'm just kidding.
It wasn't black tie, but it was like cocktail attire. I wanted really to get fancy, so I wanted everyone else to be fancy around me.
It was fun to dress up, honestly.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Yeah,
that was the vibe I was going for because like a lot of people that were there, I knew that they hadn't been like. Like weddings are just kind of starting to pick up in the last couple of months too. So I just really wanted an excuse to get dressed up, but like. I tried on like how many dresses? Like
a lot.
4 or 5 dresses. I literally did like a poll on my Instagram, like which dress should I wear? Happy with the one that I landed on. It was fantastic. I got a spray tan that was much too dark. Any pictures you see on Instagram are very heavily filtered. Not heavily filtered, but my photographer did her magic to make me not look like a different race and can't get canceled basically.
Honestly, but it's okay. You still look great.
I loved it. It was kind of nice. It was just like sticky.
Yeah.
But The only like everything like went off without a hitch. Like it was so much fun. I had like a DJ. It was at the Vancouver Club, which is where I was supposed to have my wedding. Like we were just like using up all the money.
And fun fact, John Cena just got married at the Vancouver Club last week. I saw that.
I was like, wow, me and John Cena on the same level.
Did you marry him?
That's something to really live up to.
Strive for.
But like food was good. Were the drinks good? Was the food good? Did you have any of the food? Because I didn't eat.
Okay, so she had a tater tot poutine station, which was fucking great. But I'm gluten free and lactose intolerant, so mine just considered tater tots and green onions.
Oh, nice.
Great with ketchup. But everyone on my table, they loved it. The pizza, they kept on going back for.
Okay,
everything was good.
I think it's just like, you know, when it's your party, like you're like just buzzing.
And the drinks were fabulous. I had gin and soda all night. So
we did like drink tickets for people, and I gave Steve like 20 drink tickets. Like that was like our extra to like hand out to people. And I was like, hold on to my tickets. I didn't have any pockets. I didn't have a purse on me. I go back to him at one point. I'm like, I want another drink. And he's like, I don't have any tickets left. And I was like, bitch, what?
Oh no.
But it was totally fine. I only had like 2 drinks. Like I didn't want to get blackout.
I kept on offering you drinks. You're like, you're good, but I knew you weren't a big drinker anyway.
I do in a party setting, but it's different when it's like my party.
Totally.
If it was someone else's party, all bets are off. I'm going to a wedding next weekend. All bets are off. Like,
fun.
I'm ready to get rip roaring. But I just wanted to remember it. Like, it's just like, it's like the closest big event to like a wedding that I'll get. So I was like, I just don't want to get blackout.
No, I agree. I agree. Why would you spend all that money to not remember it?
Exactly.
That's like my mentality with like concerts too. I'm like, I don't get those girls that are blackout, have to get escorted out. So I'm like, why did you just pay $300 for tickets?
I feel like a lot of them are underage and have like nowhere else to like party. Because like
there's cheaper ways, dude. There's forests, bushes.
Get a party bus.
Yeah.
I don't know if party buses like. Did you do party buses growing up? Yeah. I don't know if they exist the same way as when we were younger.
Not to bring it like morbid, but there's like a lot of like deathly accidents. So there's a lot of like parameters around them now. Can't
Sucks
drink.
to suck.
Anyway,
for the new people, I mean, that can't do it anymore. That's what I meant. I thought about it. Put those words back in my mouth.
We have a podcast in a month. Give us a break.
Yeah. But like the only thing that was like funny is like we were staying at the Vancouver Club. Like we had like a hotel room upstairs just to keep things easy. It was a really nice room. It had like a little mini like living room and everything. It's cute. Like an older place. So like there was no sunlight. Like it was like in such a, like where it's placed in the city, it doesn't get that much sunlight. The air conditioning wasn't working. It was a fairly warm day. It was kind of a muggy day.
It was really muggy.
Yeah. And so luckily just opening the windows allowed enough of a draft in. But the funnier part is like they have a dress code when you're there. Like the second you walk in the door, there is a dress code. It's like business casual. I was wearing like a pair of like nice linen pants, like cute. This button up with like
I love that.
A crop top, but Birkenstocks. I didn't think about it.
Oh no.
I really just like, so we checked in, everything's fine. They don't say anything. We go up to our room and I was like, I want to go check out the room or like where the party is. And we went there and people were asking like, oh, is it cash only? Because it's like part of it was cash bar. So I went downstairs to ask, can you take like credit cards and stuff? And so I go and I'm like, excuse me, I have a question. And she's like, oh, is it about the dress code? And I was like, I literally was like got thwarted. I was like, and I was like, no. And then I quickly asked, and then I go to Steve and I was like, I'm hightailing it upstairs. And so the glorious part about everything was, even though I did all the meticulous planning, working with the vendors, because I didn't have an outfit to wear outside of the room besides my dress, because I literally just got there, party, was leaving first thing the next morning. Steve had to handle everything. It was fantastic.
That's nice.
I was
you
like,
just relax.
Yeah, it was great. I just got to sit in my room. I got a makeup artist.
I was just gonna say, did you get her makeup done? Because it was really nice.
Yeah, I got my hair done. I got it done before I left the city to go to the venue, and then I had a makeup artist come to me.
Cute. What a fun! It was really fun. It was nice to see because I knew a lot of people there, which I didn't think I would, and a lot of more people showed up than I thought that I knew. And it was fun to dance. Like, and we met our #1 fan. I feel like we should give her a shout out.
Lisa. Thank you so much for listening, and Teresa, both really big listeners. We're gonna have to post a picture of us with Lisa.
Absolutely. It was really cute. It was really funny because like I don't know your family and I don't know your friends really, and they'd be like, oh, you're the podcaster, and then your DJ who doesn't know us comes up and was like, I just want to say I love your podcast, I listen. So
no way, I didn't know.
So I forgot your name, but the DJ Rob
is the biggest sweetheart, honestly.
I showed him to all my friends getting married next year because I was like, he's so good.
He played all of my songs, like even great. Like my like embarrassing embarrassing, like cringy ones, he managed to put it in such a tasteful way.
Yeah.
Like I wanted this. Do you remember the ABBA song? But it was the Mamma Mia version.
Yes.
I lost my fucking shit because I put that on the playlist thinking like, oh, this will just be like the background music before it was like dance time, and he played it. I swear to God, I body checked Zora running to the dance floor so I could like pretend to be Meryl Streep for that song.
Shout out to Zora as well. Like she was your partner in crime with dancing. She requested New York at the end of the night. And it was rough, but it was one of my favorite moments of the night. Like it was such a good time. Like everyone was dancing. C's parents are the fucking cutest.
They do like swing dancing. They take like swing dancing classes.
Okay, didn't know that. That checks out.
Yeah,
like oh my God.
When they were dancing to Fireball.
Yes,
that's like his mom's like favorite like pump up song. So I ran to Rob and I was like, "Can you play Fireball?" And he's like, "I actually already have it queued up to play next." And I was like, "Holy shit!"
Oh my God, amazing. Fireball is like do like you would just like grind and bump. No, they swing dance the shit out of that song. Yeah. It was so good. It was so fun. Like I just love. I love your family and friends.
I barely left that dance floor. I was like,
you were there all night. I was like, do you want water? Like
I was having the best. And I like honestly the shoes that I was wearing, they held up for a pretty good amount of time. And then I gave up like for like the last hour maybe. But for a good like 2.5 hours. I was like ripping it up.
I commend you. It was a great night. It was everything you wanted. I feel like.
Let's do it again next year.
Honestly, 31. I'm turning 30 next year, so it'll be me.
Okay, love it.
Just kidding. I don't have the money.
Well, thank you for coming. And honestly, okay, I have to give Toni Rose a shout out. She gave me like one of the most thoughtful gifts.
Oh, did you like it? I didn't know.
Loved it. Good. Okay, so I was reading all my cards that night because I'm like impatient. I'm like, I want to open.
I would do the same thing.
We literally got to the room and I'm like, I gotta open all my presents. So I was like sitting there, and then I like Toni Rose got me a card, and she was like, oh, like your next lash fill is on me. And I was like, that sneaky little bitch. Because she messaged me and she's like, oh, I'm thinking of getting my lashes done before we go to LA. Can you send me the girl that you go to? And I was like, oh yeah, for sure. Didn't like literally went right over my head. Didn't even think about it.
And it was the day of the party because I was like thinking about doing it, but I'm like, shit, I have no way to find her. So I'm like, she's gonna know the day of the party I asked for it.
Literally went right over my head.
And you just did it. She texted me, right? You just got it done like last week.
Yeah.
So nice.
So yeah, thank you so much. It was honestly like very, very thoughtful.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. I'm very thoughtful.
You really are. But yeah, that concludes the story of my birthday. I honestly had the best time.
It was the greatest time. And then 3 days later, we're both on a plane on the way to Anaheim.
No, you went a little bit earlier than I did.
I went way too early. I was there so we went for an event. It's called Vidcon. I was there for 6 days.
Just work things, industry things.
Went saw Chainsmokers. It was great.
Oh yeah, Chainsmokers are fantastic.
We don't need to talk about Vidcon, but I have beef with Anaheim.
All right, lay it on me. It's kind of like my home away from home.
That's disgusting because what I'm about to say is Anaheim, I think is the worst city in the United States of America.
Oh,
it is disgusting.
It's
Let me just
100%.
run you through it.
Yes. Okay.
So you get on a plane and it's like fucking Disneyland. So it's just kids or Disney adults with like ears on already in the plane. So you're like, sweet. So then you land and it's fucking hot. It's like,
well, like the heat is not exclusive to Anaheim.
No, it's in there. It's in there because it gets worse. So you land there. It's hot. You're like, oh God, I'm sweating. And you drive to your hotel. And everything is just a chain restaurant, a billboard. It's just a city where they sell you shit. And the food is not good. I mean, okay, I went to one good steakhouse. Okay, the steakhouse was great.
Martin's?
No, something else. It was like Sea and Steak something. But everything else is burgers or kid Cheesecake Factory or kid things. Like,
do you not speak ill of the Cheesecake Factory?
No, I've actually never. I've been once in Vegas. It was actually pretty good. But I I was just like, I want a vegetable, not from a chain restaurant. Like, I want to go to a good restaurant. And it's just like, being there for 6 days, there's nothing for you to do on your downtime. You're like, oh my God, where am I going to go?
You should have gone to Downtown Disney.
Oh, we did.
Oh, you did?
Twice. And then,
but it's like half renovated right now, isn't it?
Half renovated, but also, if you're Canadian, they don't sell you booze unless you have your passport with you, which I didn't know that. It didn't happen for the first day, so then we went back. It was like, it was so much fun. So we went to the New Orleans thingy, and they're like, we can't serve you. So we're like, this is a waste of time. So we just like got booze from Target and like just sat on our pool top. I'm not complaining. It was a great time. But Anaheim, I don't love you. And the reason why I don't love you, I was there in May. I was there in June. I'm back in August. Like, it's too much. I only need to be there once a year.
No, you'll totally feel that because like you're going to Disneyland in a couple months. Like you're gonna feel like weeks. Your insides are fucking sewage when you go to Disneyland. It is so hard to find healthy food. Like you'll find that like they sell fruit, but like it's really hard to find like vegetables and stuff. So you do have to like go a little bit outside. Yeah. But I do totally agree with you. I mean, it's like that whole strip is just meant for families who are there for like 3 days, you know, quick in and out with the park.
Everything shuts down at like 8 because everyone's in bed, and I'm like, I want
that IHOP is open 24 hours a day.
I didn't even see the IHOP. I would have fucked up a pancake and egg.
Yeah, it was a little bit closer to the convention center. See, you gotta message me for the tips and tricks of the area.
But I will give a shout out to Puesto. It's Mexican food, the best. It's a little bit more high end. I went in May, and then we took the whole team back in June, and it was so good. Their tacos are great. So Puesto saved me. I went there twice. So
there's a really good like other steakhouse I went to, Fleming's.
Oh,
very fancy.
Okay,
delicious. I barely ate anything because like I eat smaller portions right now, but it's funny because I was there with my team as like the wrap-up dinner, and they're like, oh, let's just get one big tomahawk steak. Like it's a fucking huge steak. Yeah. And I was like, I want my own thing. Like I don't like this sharing situation. Like I'm willing to share sides, but I'm like, I'm not sharing my meat.
Food issues.
I cannot share food. So like, like my boss didn't care. He's like, okay, like get whatever you want. So I got my own like filet mignon. And I literally maybe had like 4 bites of it. And it was like not a cheap steak either.
No. And
I was like, yeah, I probably could have shared in all of this. It looked delicious.
I don't eat steak, so that would have been my worst nightmare.
Oh yeah, you don't like steak at all. Once in a while it's fine, but it's too heavy to have too frequently.
Yeah, I don't have like anything that like bleeds or like really fatty. It like freaks me out.
I guess that's fair because chicken you have to like cook through.
I'm a lean meat gal. Chicken ground
and turkey.
Chicken
I feel that.
Yeah.
Steak is a treat.
But you had a great time in Anaheim because after the event, you, for your actual 30th birthday, went to Disneyland.
Yeah. For like my actual birthday was on the 26th. Like it was like a week-ish after my party. So like, yeah, my husband was there with me, Steve, and then also my friend Jen was in the area. Yeah. Because she did like LA like on her own because she hadn't been to like museums and stuff in the area. So she's like, oh, I'm gonna go down. I'll go at the same time as you. And then like we met up for a couple days after VidCon ended. And yeah, the 3 of us went to Disneyland, but we didn't go till like 2:00 in the afternoon, which is like feels blasphemous to me. Like for how expensive it is. Like
get the whole day.
If you're getting like just a 1-day pass, like converted Canadian, it's like over $200 a person. It's insanity, and I felt so bad, but we were at the Disneyland after hours the night before, which like I fought tooth and fucking nail to get into this party. Like I was stressed out for a month. Like the highs and the low lows. Long story short, one of the official after parties was sponsored by Spotify, and they rented out Disney California Adventure from like 11:30 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. just for like the event attendees, and it was like a special list to get my talent on. I got Steve and my friend on a list. Didn't get myself on the list. I had to fight with someone when I was registering.
Yeah, that was a fight to get into like every party because something was wrong.
Yeah, it was a very like weird year, like weird exclusivities of everything.
Yeah.
C'est la vie. I gave my feedback in the comments.
I will be here soon. But yeah, that's great. I'm excited to go to Disneyland. I'm going. I mean, Noah doesn't listen to this podcast, so we're surprising him in August. And then after I go, before I go, you're going to give our tip and tricks.
So many tips and tricks.
But then we're going to have our friend Anna, who's on season 1, because like her and Alex are like Disney adults. So, and then we can all talk about it, and I can actually join in and chime in because I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, and for you, like you've been before. You said you went when you were in third grade, 3. But like let's be realistic. This is gonna be like your first time.
No, totally. I'm so excited.
Because you're also like paying for your own shit too, so like you'll feel the pains of it. It's like a different level when you have to pay for everything there.
But how excited am I that I'm going with 2 kids, 2 families, and I have a king size bed with no children in my hotel room at night.
You have your own room? Fantastic.
I'm gonna share with my nephew and my sister? Absolutely not. I have my own room.
Wait, who's all going? Like your
sister? My sister, her boyfriend, her son, then my cousin, her husband, her daughter.
Oh,
it's gonna be so fun, and that's me.
It's so much fun when you go with kids, because like
I'm so excited because I'm gonna like live through. Like I'm just so excited for them to be excited. You know.
You know what you'll need to get though, because you get vertigo like I do. Yeah. Dramamine.
Thank you.
You need 10 pounds of Dramamine. Yeah, you can just get it at any of the.
I can't take.
No, they have non-drowsy.
It doesn't. It makes me drowsy. I have my body is weird. Redheads, and this is not a lie.
Oh, they react differently.
Yeah, we react differently to
I should
medicine.
give you one of my non-drowsy ones, and you should just take it and try it out.
Thank you. Okay, I would love that. Yeah, so I will be like the coat holder, the backpack holder, but I'm getting on.
There's so many good rides. Though.
No, I'm getting the ones that I don't need to like. If I don't need to be strapped in, I know it's safe because I'm not going crazy. You know, that's my rule. You know, like the Toy Story one you said.
No, Toy Story one's fine. But like all the Star Wars ones, like you won't be able to do it then.
Why?
Because like they whip you around.
Yeah, I know. I'm nervous because I just don't want to get vertigo on my trip. You know.
Yeah.
Because it's like I have
try
to
the Dramamine.
I will
give it a go.
Because when I get vertigo, I have to go to physiotherapy for them to knock it back into place.
The great thing about Disneyland, if you don't feel well, they have like a mini doctor's office and it's free. They like have to take care of you.
Okay, amazing. Anyway, I'm excited. It's gonna be great. It'll work out. So that's Anaheim, and then backtracking. I went to Toronto to visit my friend when you were on your honeymoon.
Right.
I don't need to talk about it too much, but I do have some fun little stories. So I treated myself. I just got my bonus at work, and so I upgraded to business class.
Fuck yeah.
Because I was like, I deserve this. It was great. It was on
what
WestJet.
Airline? WestJet.
It wasn't, their business class. It's not first class, but it's great. It's like a bigger seat. You get champagne and you get to eat food.
Was it the like bigger seat, or was it like it's still 3 but they block out the middle?
No, it's 2, just 2 big ones. So it was great. Like I had a great time, and low-key loved the food. Like I'm an airplane food girly. I think for business class, not back in the seats.
They give you food going to Toronto?
Yeah, I had a whole dinner. So I had lunch. It was barbecue chicken with mashed sweet potatoes and a Greek salad with the dessert and then a bunch of snacks.
Oh, that's unreal.
Unreal. But like, you know me. I have to fuck it up somehow. So they give me, I was like, I don't normally drink on planes because like 1 drink actually equals like 3 in the air. So I'm like, I don't need to be drunk when I land. Yeah. Me a friend. But you know what? Champagne, I'll have champagne. So they give it to you in a bottle. They don't give it into a glass. It's like a little mini bottle. And she like pops the cork, opens it to me. I spill it, the whole bottle, and my tray was thing, so I couldn't get to it at a time. So it was just like rolling around. And I'm like, get me back to economy. I do not deserve to be here. Like, it was so embarrassing.
I'm so embarrassing.
And she was like, don't cry over spilt champagne, and gave me a new one. I'm like, this is the life of luxury. They don't even care. But meanwhile, I spilled it all over the guy next to me and my bag. Like, it was so embarrassing. But it was a really fun trip because I went to Toronto and we just like did one night, and then we drove for like 2.5 hours to a place called Prince Edward County, which is like, if you guys are from BC, it's like the Kelowna, I would say, because it's like winery town. And it's like the smallest town. There's one cab company, and we stayed at the June Motel, which is the motel from the Netflix series
Schitt's Creek?
No, Motel Makeover. These 2 Canadian girls go by June Motel, and they renovate it to be like really cute aesthetic. So we went to the motel, and it was so cute. It was like pink, and it had like wallpaper in the room and like s'mores and wine when you showed up. Like, it was really cute. And then we're like, we're going to go to the wineries. And so the cab driver was like, well, I'll just drop you off at one winery and you can just walk, right? And so we're like, okay, but you can walk? That's great.
No, not really.
It is 39 degrees. So we're like, okay, but if we can walk, they're probably next to each other, right? No, we walked 2 hours consecutively to get to and from all these wineries, and every winery we'd show up, we'd be like drenching sweat, and like the people would be like, did you walk? No one's ever walked before. Like, we were just like, get us out of here. But it was really fun. But we were so drunk because of like the heat, and we're sweating and we're like walking. It was so funny. It was a great time. But it was like sad sometimes, sweating.
Oh my god! I honestly no, I totally forgot that I went to Kelowna.
Oh yeah, you went to Kelowna. Oh right,
literally 2 days after VidCon. Very like similar. I mean, we got like a wine tour where like there's like a car that would take us around everywhere. But same thing, like in Kelowna, they don't have Ubers, and like if we wanted to like go out to like drink one night, which we did go to one of the wineries, and they have like a speakeasy, like a rooftop restaurant with a speakeasy. We were there for a little bit, and then one of the girls wasn't feeling well, so I was like, I'm not feeling well. Not drunk, I was just like, I'm really tired. It was a long day. Like, I don't drink, and like being at the wineries all day was a lot for me. So I tried to call a cab, and it was like pulling teeth. I was like, what is this? Rough. Like, I feel like I'm in like the 1900s. I don't like it.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy to be in small towns. I'm like, what's happening? And like, it was just really funny. Mosquitoes. Ugh. I am not fucking with you. 29 mosquito bites in 1 hour on my kneecaps and my feet. Ooh. It was so bad.
That redhead blood.
Literally, I was like, yeah, and Bailey, my friend, is redhead too, so we just got chewed alive. Like it was really fun, but like, wow, that was crazy. Like we were so itchy for days. Like it scarred my feet there for a couple weeks. But you know, I don't know if everyone has noticed, but traveling is actual hell on earth right now. And I did a check bag in Toronto, and Toronto just makes your life a living hell because
even before COVID,
they've decided to like get rid of like all their employees and just do everything automated. And so I was there, and my bag was not overweight, and it's just like you literally put on this thing and the computer tells you if you're good or not. It couldn't scan the barcode of like your bag's tag for 35 minutes. I couldn't find anyone. It was like not readable, flip your bag. So then I flipped the bag, scanned it, it says overweight now. So I'm like, okay, something's going on. Like this machine's took me an hour and 2 minutes.
Is this when you were coming back?
Like going to Vancouver, and I'm like, I'm gonna miss my flight if I don't go get into the security line, because the security line is an hour, because I was there for 3 hours before. And finally this girl came and helped me, and she's like, you're overweight. And I'm like, that's so dumb, I don't think I am. So I pulled out a bunch of shit from my suitcase, brought it in my carry-on, and I left. And I was like, I'm gonna miss my flight. Like, there's no way I'm gonna get on this flight. And then all of a sudden, I got randomly selected for drug testing.
That happened to me and Steve.
I will come with you.
That happens to us every time we go to LA. It's fucking fantastic.
It's honestly amazing. I'm like, I don't know what made you think that I'm a criminal, but like, sign me up. So I went into the thing. They like swabbed your hands. Like, okay, you're good to go. You're front of the line. And I'm like, amazing. And so now I was like an hour early for my flight.
Yeah, that happened to Steve and I once when we went to LA in March, and we were kind of like, oh, like, did we look like drug dealers? No, like, Steve, you have like you're wearing an all black outfit with a black duffel bag, you have a beard, you have this like mean mugging look on your face, like no fucking shit.
But he's like the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah. But then the second time we were in the lineup, and it honestly wasn't that bad. We had time to spare, like we weren't in a rush or anything, and we were like, man, wouldn't it be cool if we all randomly selected again? Literally 30 seconds later, okay, you come with me, and we're like, fuck yeah.
It's amazing.
I'm like, I got nothing to hide, take me.
And the lesson that I learned in my trip to Toronto and Anaheim is that we are so privileged when it comes to drinking water. The water in Ontario, the water in Anaheim is disgusting. I don't know how people stay hydrated. Like, truly, how do you drink that? Like, I was like struggling. I had a water bottle that I bought for my plane in BC on the way to Toronto, and I literally drank that for 2 days because it was like 1.5 liters. Because I'm like, I'm just gonna save this water because I can't drink this Ontario water. It's so bad.
No, I totally get that. Like, I think we talked about it in the last episode. I'm a water snob. Like the entire time in Europe, even bottled water over there, could not drink it. So I just drank fucking juice and seltzer lemonade the whole time.
It's so gross. Like, oh my God. And then I went to Halifax like right after Anaheim. Did you go to any other trips?
No.
Okay. Really quickly, I just went to go visit my nan. I haven't seen her since 2019. It was really 2019. It was really nice. I just like hung out with her every single day, and with my aunts and my uncles, and my mom and my dad were there, and it was really fun. And the lesson that I learned from Halifax is that Vancouver's nightlife sucks. Like the one thing about Halifax, I already knew that, but like Halifax, every restaurant you walk into, live music. There's someone on the guitar. There's someone playing the violin. It is the chummiest of environments. Like, it's just so nice.
It's like
East Coast is like a different world.
It's a different culture.
It is like over there. We need to adapt that. Like
they all know each other because everything is small town.
I don't think I've ever said this story, but when we were in Newfoundland, it was like probably 8 years ago. And we went to the town of Belorme, where my nan's from. Literally 100 people live there now. And we were bored, so we went to this fish and chip shop, and we're like, what's going on today? And they're like, there's a wedding. Do you want to come to the wedding? And we're like, yeah, we're going to the wedding. So there's 12 of us that just like crashed this wedding. We walk in. It's my mom's cousin. They're like, that is not the Gouldens Travers walking in. And we got to sit at like the head of the table. Jeez. Like that they haven't seen since they were a kid. And like, of course we'd crash a wedding, and they know each other. Everyone knows each other in the East Coast.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So love the East Coast. It was really nice. I was there for a week. But I have been traveling. I've been on a plane every single month since March. And like this year I'll be on 10 out of the 12 months. I'll be on a plane at least once.
Yeah, it's one of those crazy years. I think like my craziest year, I did 30 flights.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
It was a fantastic year. It was like super fun, it's just like sometimes you're just like, I just want to sit still. Like there was like a part of me, because I have 2 more trips planned, potentially 2 more on top of that. So like 4 trips, like 2 God. Because I forgot to take into account Playlist Live, which you're not going.
No.
So you're going to that. I have Vegas for Steve's birthday, then Playlist Live, which would be a couple weeks later in Florida. Then Probably going to Vegas again for like one of my talents like shows that we're booking.
Oh, fun.
And then New York. But I might also do another New York trip to meet with a buyer. Like, it's just like, it's fucking crazy.
That is crazy. I am going to Shuswap Lake next week. And then I'm going to LA in September and Mexico in October.
Jelly. I really want to go
Did you just listen to what you're doing?
But like, I want a Mexico or Hawaii vacation so badly.
I'm really excited. We're going for my cousin's 10-year anniversary because obviously we do everything together. We have to celebrate their 10 year together. Well, we went to their wedding in Aruba 10 years ago, but it was too expensive for us to all go again. So we're just celebrating in Mexico, and it's gonna be so fun. We're going to Cabo.
Ooh.
So I'm excited to just like read a book.
That's gonna be nice. Yeah. I really wanted to. We were thinking of planning a family trip to Hawaii, but they don't want there was a lot of press of Hawaii. Yeah, like, we don't tourists. Need you guys right now.
I've never been to Hawaii. I'd love to go. Have you been?
I've been a couple times. I was younger. It's just really, really expensive.
That's what I've heard, and like.
Especially with like the US dollar, it's like
when I do a beach vacation, I don't know what this makes me, but I love an all-inclusive. Like, you need an all-inclusive. It's so easy because you just don't have to think about food or drinks, and then when you leave, and you can have like a $5 taco, but you can come back to the resort and just eat. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I
agree. That's why like it's like kind of nice because there's more like sightseeing and stuff to do. But yeah, like it's pricey, especially if you're going to like the main island, like Honolulu, Waikiki, stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna talk about adult purchases, but I already talked about the AC that I was very excited about, and I'll just like quickly gloss over that I got a new old car. I got a Mini Cooper or a Mini Paceman. It's like super cute. It was really cute. My parents surprised me. And I like missed the surprise at first because they're like, can you go downstairs to the garage and grab something from the fridge? And like I did it, and like total Toni Rose fashion. Like, if you don't know me, I'm in my own world at all times. Yeah. Like if you're not talking to me, I'm talking to myself up in my head, and like I'm in a different world. So I was just going to get the potato salad. I didn't even look anywhere else. I just looked to the fridge and went back, and my whole family was like hovering at the top of the stairs being like, did you see it? I'm like, no, I got the potato salad. They're like, no, go back down there. So I thought I was in trouble. I was like, oh my God, what did I do in the garage? Like, did I leave a mess? And then the car was there. It was really cute.
But I mean, even if you did see it, like, would you assume like, this is mine?
I would because my dad sent me a picture of the car a couple months ago. I don't know if I would have thought it was mine, but I probably like, oh, cool, you brought it home. Like, I would have assumed it was mine, but I would be like, oh, that's cool, that car.
It's a gorgeous car. It's a very nice color.
But what I want to say about it is, so it's a 2013, and it has been sitting in the garage since 2013.
Wow.
But my dad got it pressure washed, like it's all clean or whatever. But when I went to go open the door, an spider egg hatched.
Oh.
Hundreds of spider. I didn't notice until I opened the door. So all the little fuckers went in the car. My friend Ariel was with me. I was literally about to cry. We're on our way to her dress fitting. I'm like, we're going to be late for the fitting. I need to like kill all these spiders. I was so itchy for days after in that car being like, what if a little spider got in and I didn't kill them?
Burn the car.
Literally.
Burn the car to the fucking ground.
I don't want this car anymore. I'm like, Dad, what did you do? I'm just kidding. I was like, it was so scary. And they were like all over my car. It was like so gross.
That's actually mortifying.
But yeah, that's my car. We have a few other things that we want to talk about. Let's talk about what we're watching, and then I'm gonna go into like random thoughts that I have to bring up.
Yeah. Okay. What are we watching? Okay, we're both watching Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Great this season. Erica.
Very problematic this season.
Really problematic because Crystal. What is this? Why is she always thinking people like the words? She's very
in her head.
Very in her head.
Crystal's in her head. Erica is like kind of a borderline alcoholic.
She's mixing her meds with alcohol, which you're not supposed to do.
Yeah, so she's kind of like, woo. Lisa, I think she's gonna get kicked off.
I think so too.
And that's why she's just like burning everything to the ground on social media.
I'm 2 episodes behind, so I don't know if this happened already, but there's a lot of commotion about Kyle and something she did.
She's doing weird shit. It's almost like the producers are like telling her like, hey, we need more context, so like when there's these types of conversations happening, we need you to ask questions to like,
that's
and it's
true.
coming across really weird, like in an episode. I don't want to ruin it, but like,
it's okay, you can do it.
Like Sutton and Diana, like Sutton basically calls out Diana because she shows up
at the table. I've seen that.
Well, she comes to an event when she said she wasn't going to come because she was on bed rest because she had a miscarriage, and then Sutton is like, you know, they're having a conversation and it's not going well, and then Kyle comes over to kind of like help, and Sutton's like, well, I also had 2 miscarriages, so like I understand how you feel, and Kyle's like, you didn't have 2 miscarriages, I haven't heard about this, and it's like, that's such a weird fucking thing to say. I did see that.
Garcelle's having a good season though, I feel like.
She's looking good, but I feel it's because she's like not that much in it.
She's not much in it, but like last season she wasn't even on the series. Like she was just like filming. She was a TV
like every
show.
Event she was like nothing.
Yeah, so I'm like, it's nice that she's actually finally around. But like the Erica with her sons at that party.
Oh, that was weird.
It was weird. The 30-year-old, fine, like whatever, you're flirting with him. But that 14-year-old, I don't know what she was trying. I know she was drunk and she probably was just like, get out of here, like leave. Yeah. But like it came off so wrong.
Like so aggressive.
It's such a messy season this season, but I'm like living for every minute of it.
I don't like Diana though.
At all.
She rubbed me the wrong
She can
way.
go. I don't think she'll be rebooked.
Did you see the latest? Well, I don't know if it's the latest, but people think that the Dorit's break-in was staged for insurance money because they're actually broke.
I heard that. I don't believe that.
No.
I don't know. It was so real. But you guys can't believe everything you see on TV. But if it's not real, that's like really sick because
they've been like saying for a long time
that like the first episode I was so sad
because they're like, was it like last season, the season before, when they're like, oh, like PK's like actually like in debt, he went bankrupt and all that stuff. Yeah, like I think like they secretly just like do not have money and that's why they did it.
Oh my god, like PK's reaction was so real. That'd be crazy if that was fake.
Because everyone was saying that like it was also shady.
You think they like hired someone to do that?
100%. But they were also saying like, you know, like the day of, so like it happened at night, and then that night she's at Kyle's, and that's where PK shows up, and everyone in the comments is like, if that really happened, there is absolutely no way that I would leave my kids with like the nanny.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Like I would be at home with them. I would get people to like come over to us, like, but whatever.
Like, how do we know the kids weren't at Kyle's? Because I don't think she would leave her kids there at the house that was just broken into. They're probably staying there.
No, I think she like does mention that they're at home.
God.
I know that's like it's just like kind of weird things, but it's like also like when you go through something traumatic,
you're on autopilot.
Everyone deals with it differently. So I don't know. It's just I've also heard like things like that she buys stuff from Louis Vuitton and then like resells it. So she got like blacklisted. This is all supposed it's like Dumois like type of shit.
That doesn't surprise me, that part. I'm just gonna believe that it happened because that's so sick if it was staged. That was like that actor that staged him being like acid was thrown on him. He was like beat up.
Right, Jesse Smollett.
Yeah. He just got sentenced 60 days in jail or something. And then he's
Rightfully so.
Fuck
him. I think the one thing we can agree on though is we need more Kathy Hilton. You haven't watched the latest episode yet,
but she's in it. I'm gonna watch it tonight.
I just will like never forget when someone's like, "Yeah, everything's hunky dory," and she's like, "Who's hunky dory?" What about your friend Dorrit?
Dorrit. I love her so much. She's a little problematic because she's a little like, she doesn't see right from wrong, I think, in a little thing.
Yeah, it's like you kind of just gotta take her with a little salt and pepper. Like in this episode, she's like, Kyle, like she has Kyle over and she's like, I can never get a hold of you, and Kyle's like, what are you talking about? Like, I tried it, like, here's my phone, like there's like 6 text messages of me trying to get in touch with you, and she's like, I lost my phone. Like,
well, it's like you can't use this as an excuse, but her generation and how rich she is, like she doesn't do one thing by herself. So it's like, I'm sure she doesn't even text people back by herself. I'm sure someone is hired to do it. So
fair point.
It was really funny last season. Remember she like lost her purse or something? I can't even remember what it was, but it was like the funniest scene when they were supposed to be on a road trip together.
Oh, and she's like, call the lady.
Call the lady, my lady at home. She's like, what lady? Like, it was just so funny. It's so good. It's like, I know you don't watch Gilmore Girls, but it's like Emily Gilmore vibes. The last show that we want to talk about is The Summer I Turned Pretty.
We don't understand.
I was so hyped for this show because everyone on TikTok was like, I'm never gonna watch The Summer I Turned Pretty for the first time ever again, or like crying. They like loved it so much. So I'm like, okay, sign me up. Like, this is a kid, like a teenage love romance show. Like, that's my favorite. And like, while it was okay, I watched every episode, like all the episodes in one day, and I will watch season 2. I didn't cry. I was kind of annoyed by it. Like, it was weird.
First of all, let's talk about her name. Belly.
It was
weird.
Rough.
That's a weird fucking name.
It's a nickname.
What's her real name?
It's don't test me. I gotta look it up because they said it.
Still,
Annabelle?
Stupid name.
Belly's. Keep talking.
I mean, Annabelle makes sense, but that just threw me off. I think I tried to look it up to be like, what is her full name? Like, I need an understanding. But all that came up was Belly. And I was like, if this is this girl's fucking name.
We gotta stop talking about it because, like, me and belly buttons don't work. And, like, the word belly freaks me out. Like, I'm serious. I really...
And, like, just the mention of the word. Belly just like,
Isabel. Yeah, Isabel.
Okay, sure.
Like, cute when you're under 5. But belly when you're, like, 20.
What preteen teenager girl would be okay with being called Belly?
Like, let's go Izzy.
Not a fucking chance. I haven't finished it. Honestly, it's just not something I was like super excited to watch. I kind of just watch it in the background while I do my work. But yeah, it's too kiddish. Like I can fuck with To All the Boys I Loved with Before, Kissing Booth. This one,
it was rough. And I didn't get the PG of it all. So, like, the little kids, it takes 8 episodes from the kids, but the mom's fucking a stranger in a car on episode 2.
Yeah.
I was like, what is happening? Like, let's just get on the same page here. Like, it was so weird. And then I'm like, we're not going to talk about him, like, her bouncing between 2 brothers. She is, like, a hoe. Like, she, like, was with so many guys, not with, but, like, she was dating so many guys that summer.
But also, I
love, but it's just, like, funny.
I hate in movies how it's like when they do the flashbacks to when she was like a nerdy, she's literally just wearing glasses and braces. So you're telling me she took off her glasses and it's like she's fucking Superman or something.
like Ugly Betty.
Oh my god, she's beautiful.
And like, I know it was a preteen book, okay? It was a YA book. Like, there's 3 books.
Okay. Oh my god, we're gonna have more of this?
I'm like, I need to see season 2. I need to see this through because I hope they get like.
It is really fucked up to bounce back and forth between 2 brothers.
Well, literally, she was like dating Gabriel. That's not his name. The curly-haired, blue-eyed guy. And then literally didn't break up with him, and then just went and kissed Connor. Is that his name?
I don't know.
The other brother. This is a bad recap, but I'm like, in 24 hours, you decided you're going to date one brother and then not break up with him or say anything, and then just go kiss the other brother under fireworks. Spoiler alert. Or not fireworks. On the beach. Whatever. It was stupid, but am I watching season 2? Absolutely. Like,
I don't know about
Alrighty, so we have 2 movies we want to discuss. The first one being Top Gun because we both saw it. So good. It's such a theater... such a theater moment.
Was it to you, or maybe it was to my coworker Alicia? But every time I would come across a Miles Teller, like video remix of that like body roll, I just kept fucking sending it.
It's hot. Like, you sent it to me a couple times, but I love it.
There was like literally a clip that was like perfect.
Yeah.
With like the song and everything. Like, it's a vibe. And I saved it. I literally favorited it so I could like watch it whenever I wanted. And then it got deleted. And I have not been able to find a new one since. Because now it's all over. Like, no one's posting that anymore. And I'm just like,
So I have a few things to say though. One, I have been a Miles Teller fan for 10 years, since Footloose. Footloose, okay? And then everyone's like, oh my god, I love him now. I'm like, I've loved him for 10 years, okay?
No, I always thought he was a good actor. Like in what's the one with the drumming? Whip. There's Whip. There was also the one that he did with Jonah Hill where they're like
dogs.
It's
the best. War Dogs. Yeah, it's so fucking
really
good.
Yeah, he has
Shailene Woodley. I just watched it last.
The Spectacular Now.
I just rewatched it again I watch it every year.
I feel like all of his old movies are now resurfacing like on every streaming platform, and like I'm like, oh, Miles Teller.
But I do have something.
Oh god.
His wife is the thirstiest bitch. No, she's the thirstiest bitch I've ever seen. She is famous, married to a famous guy, Miles Teller, and she is like pissing all over him, like her territory on TikTok. Like, all of her videos are fan edits of Miles, and she hashtags Teller Talk, Miles Teller, Kelly, or whatever her name is. And I'm like, you don't need to do that. Like, you don't have to hashtag Miles Teller. Like, that's your husband. And all her videos are just like, and I appreciate them because it's like
they're
unseen.
Like BTS.
It's like behind the scenes or like when they're on their honeymoon. It's like, I love it, but I'm like, this is the thirstiest of thirst. Like, and she's like commenting on fan edits, being like, this is so cute. And I'm like, you won. You have won the prize, okay? We're all jealous. Yeah, we're all jealous that you're married to him. I get it. You have a great life in Bora Bora. Like, it's just really thirsty.
They live in Bora Bora?
No, but like they went to Bora Bora on a trip or something. Like, it's just...
Yeah. Well, like, honestly, I think like as much as like as many good movies that Miles Teller was in before this, I think like he was kind of on a bit of the downward because like I think he's like one of those like rowdy type of actors that like
he seems like he gets drunk and
and like causes shit. So I think this really like saved his career, and I hope he like utilizes it.
I will say that I hope they do another one and Tom Cruise is not in it and there's more Miles. Like there wasn't a lot of Miles in that story. It was a really good movie. I loved every minute of it. Can't wait for the next one, hopefully. And I hope Miles is the main character.
I don't know, because
Tom loves himself
they've been
too much.
trying to get the second Top Gun movie for like they wanted one like 10 years after the first one, and they've been trying for so long. I can't remember what finally did it. Oh, it was because they actually filmed like in the jets, like they taught them how to fly. He's like, I'm not doing it until it's real, kind of thing. So maybe he will, but yeah, he won't give the spotlight up. That man is so self-obsessed.
What I will say, I love Miles Teller's grandma. Have you seen this? She's like got on Twitter or Instagram or something saying like he should be the new Bond.
Oh,
and
I agree.
And then she was like, and I know to be a Bond, you need to be British, but he's an actor, so that's what he does. He can act British. And I'm just like, she's just like spitting facts. Like, like, he needs to be Bond.
Okay, Grandma Teller, tell us more.
If it's not Reggae Gene Page from Bridgerton.
He's in the running?
Well, no, like, he's in my running. It's either him or Miles Teller.
Idris Elba.
Oh, I could fuck with that too. But like they need a young... I love Idris. He's not that older, but he needs someone younger so then they can continue on. Like Idris would only be in a couple movies. But
he also... No, but Miles is too young. He's too young. You need like a little bit older.
Reggae Jean Page.
He's also, I think, too young.
I don't think so.
Because they need to be they need to be mature. They need to be suave.
Not really, because you don't want them to look like
a little boy holding a martini glass.
They're not a little boy. Did you see that stash in Top Gun?
Oh, that was a nice stash.
I know, I don't like stashes.
I asked Steve, I was like, do you want to do that? And he's like, no.
No, it doesn't work on anyone else but him. Okay, so
it was that in the tan. It's like the stash in the tan.
Just everything. The blonde hair could go. It was a little frosted tip vibes.
Did he have blonde hair? No, but it was just like natural highlights.
Yeah, it was weird. Like men, this is gonna... No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. But like, I don't know if I believe this really, but like... Men should just have like a one-tone hair. Like we don't need like
you don't deserve dimension.
That's why I didn't want to say it because it's not true. But sometimes it's really noticeable when guys have streaks in their hair. Like,
yeah. But I feel like also so many guys just like naturally have that dimension. No, like we pay hundreds of dollars for it.
Well, the fun thing about my hair is like in the summer it does go gold. Like there is golden strands, but now it's just all white hair. So. I'm stressed.
We're getting there.
The second movie you want to talk about, I haven't seen yet.
Elvis. Fucking Elvis.
I can't wait to see it.
It was so good.
I'm going to go by myself this weekend, I think.
Worth it.
I think so. I think I'm just going to treat myself.
He, like, as much as, because I think we shit on him in a previous one where we're like, because he hasn't dropped the accent.
Yeah, he's dropped the accent.
But what I saw like a TikTok of like a voice coach who like he apparently like he had to train a lot for this, you know, and so he's like he did probably 1 to 2 years of like vocal training for this, so you can't just turn it off like that. The part that is weird is
you're like now Team Austin.
No, I'm not. I can understand it being lower than usual, but it's like the Memphis accent that is a little bit weird to me. Like it's almost like it's not. I'm not going to say appropriation or anything because it's just like a U.S.
It's just like
accent,
weird,
but it is a little weird.
It's kind of like the elephant in the room. Like you're gonna think that like we know, right? Like you know that we know that this is fake.
Yeah.
But to his defense, like Johnny Depp when he's in a character, or Jim Carrey. I think it's Jim Carrey, sorry. He is that character throughout all filming. So even when he goes home and stuff, that's why that's like a mental toll because he's like turns into the Grinch for like 3 months.
That's true. But he also wasn't doing his interviews with the Grinch voice.
Yes, so true. So true.
We want to talk about method acting.
Yeah.
But
it was good.
That it's just like the like obviously the music is good. Like I didn't really listen to Elvis that much before. He obviously has his like top songs, like Little Less Conversation. Kind of obsessed with it right now. Like that's a great song. Little Less Conversation.
Is Austin singing actually?
No. Okay. It's obviously all Elvis's music, but. Casey Musgraves does a version of Can't Help Falling in Love with You.
You responded to my Instagram story and I've been listening to it every day. It's so good. She's like, not in it, right?
No, it's just watching the music video is such a vibe because I watched it before I saw the movie, so it kind of like ruined it a little bit, but obviously you know that Elvis and Priscilla like get divorced. Like everyone knows that. But it's just like really sad. It's not a real moment. Like it never actually happened. Okay. So it's kind of like a fabricated one, but I'm like, but it's like very cute. But yeah, they did a really good job of it. Like I didn't know a lot of the story, so it is very interesting.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna task myself to watch it in the next 2 weeks. So
the one thing that they like don't mention that I learned from TikTok, like, do you know how he like actually died? So like
a drug overdose, right?
Okay, yes, but no, he died of a heart attack technically. So in
from
his
too much
like
coke.
he was on so many prescription pills,
Right.
and so many prescriptions have this like coating on it that like make you mad constipated.
Oh.
And like some drugs themselves do as well. And he was taking so many fucking drugs because he would take like uppers to wake up, and then he would do a show, and then he would take downers. He literally did not poo. And so he literally died on the toilet. He had a heart attack because he was trying to poo, and they said his insides were backed up like 4 months worth of poo inside of him, which is like crazy. Maybe that's incorrect. 4 weeks, 4 months, 4 weeks sounds like a lot more plausible, because 4 months sounds like you fucking die, which, you know.
Why does that give me the ick?
It does. It's like for someone that was like so suave,
you
and
go
like
out shitting or
like,
trying to
like
shit?
literally women would like their bodies, like, I mean, it's like a dramatization of the movie, but I don't doubt that it happened. But like women were literally like, oh, like their bodies are like shaking, because it was like a sexual awakening for women.
Oh my god!
Because he was like the first one to like do the little like,
the shimmy
little
shimmy.
shimmy.
Oh my god, that's funny.
So it is kind of weird for someone that's like so sexualized to be like, you died on the toilet because you couldn't poo.
No, literally. Like,
but like
what?
you feel so bad like once you see the story of like why he made it. No, but like the reason why it led him to that, it's just so fucked up. Like that's what I
I'm really excited to watch it. I'm gonna watch it. Hopefully
we'll talk about it when you do watch it, so we can talk about the story. But
do we have time just to go really quickly over my random thoughts?
Yes, and you had like a funny confession.
I'll do the confession as like an apology to myself, because like I deserve the apology. So I had this notepad that was like Alex left me for 3 weeks, and there's some crazy fucking shit in here, and I'm only gonna talk. I have to edit it, so there's a couple of random thoughts that have just popped into my head. Like, what has happened to 3D movies?
Like why don't they do them anymore?
Yeah, like it used to be the rage
because they're useless.
I had a 3D TV at home. Like it was so popular that our TV could turn into 3D and we have glasses. Is that psycho?
I think they're so dumb though. I mean, as someone who wears glasses, I fucking hate 3D movies.
I hate 3D movies. They make me so dizzy. I'm happy they don't do it, but like
I think they replace them with D-Box.
Oh yeah, even stupider. That's not a word.
D-Box. It just, you have to go to a good movie like Top Gun would have been fucking unreal in D-Box.
I think it's like distracting. Okay, so that's one. Second one, I still find it weird that I don't have to do homework at night. Like sometimes I come home and I'm like, I'm an adult, like I don't need to do homework. It's been like 6 years and I still feel like it's weird that I'm not home writing a paper.
Yeah, it's like sometimes when you just have like all free time and you're like, I could be doing anything right now.
Well, it's kind of like those intrusive thoughts of like, I'm an adult, like I could just like fucking order thousands of dollars of shit and no one is gonna say something. Like I don't know, like I don't do it, but I'm like,
I wish I had that. I wish
I could do it. That's why I don't press purchase. But I'm like, just like funny being an adult that like you
the freedom that we feel we should not have yet.
Literally. Why is it so weird to ask for money from a friend when they owe you it?
Oh, it's never for me.
Oh my god, I die. Like I'm just like, a friendly reminder. When you have a minute.
Do I owe you money?
No.
This is your casual way of bringing it up.
But like, if anyone agrees with me, let me know, because like it is just so awkward sometimes. You're like, okay, cool, I just like paid for everyone, you owe me money, and I just feel
if it's a group thing, if it's like
no, even just one person, like I feel so embarrassed to be like, and don't forget that $30 you owe me. Like I die.
It depends how much it is. If it's like $5, I'm like,
let it slide,
because minimum e-transfer is $10, so I'm like, I'll just add it to your tab for the next round. I'll bring it up later. But no, if it's like a big thing like $30, I'm like, no, send it to me right now. I had to chase someone that we used to work with for money once, and like they were very unhappy about it, and I'm just like, I don't know why you think it's appropriate for me to front this load for you though.
It is crazy. I'm like, what do you think? I'm not running a business here.
Like we agreed to this ahead of time. This is not a surprise.
I was being nice and fronted it. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel it's like really awkward for me because like I don't like confrontation. I've been in that situation a lot in the last couple of months, and I'm like freaking out. But if it's something they
agreed to, I mean, I guess if
no, 1,000%. Like, it's just weird to be like, and don't forget, like, why aren't you paying me the money? Why aren't we all just jumping on this and be like, you owe me $20? Like,
well, like going into like big trips, like for example, like your Disney trip. I mean, I'm sure everyone's just going to cover themselves, but there's a great app called Splitwise.
Oh, I use it all the time.
Fucking love Splitwise.
It's every time we do a girls trip, we're going on a bachelor trip next week. We have it already downloaded, created. Like,
it's perfect.
It's amazing. My last thought is about Addison Rae. What did she's like in her Miley Cyrus like weird wannabe stage. Like she turned so weird. I don't follow her much, but like she comes up on my For You page and she does like really weird things. Her boyfriend is like really scary looking, like well, not scary looking, but he's just like a bunch of tattoos and like red hair. And
did you hear that emo? Her dad had an affair with like a young girl?
Wild. And she like, so I read all the texts.
What?
Yeah, she posted all the texts that he, like, you should read it. It's crazy.
Addison did?
No, the girl.
Oh, fuck.
The girl of being like, I'm with Sherry right now. Like, I love you. Like, I want to leave. Like, it's just like really bad.
Sherry is like an OG though.
No, but like they're both really weird. Like, they're really weird. Sherry and Addison.
Yeah.
Like, there's such fame. Sherry's more of like a thirsty fame girl, but Addison, she's now reached the height of being famous. Like, she doesn't need to be famous, like, to get there. Mm-hmm. But like, she's acting really weird.
Like Sherry wants to be like Kris Jenner.
No, 1,000%. But like, I just like empower you to go to Addison's page and just take a gander. It's like really weird.
Haven't looked in a while.
It's just like compared to where she started, like she was like the girl next door, really cute, really brandable, just like a sweetheart, and now she's like dating this like emo guy. She's like acting really freaking weird and like too sexy on that app for like her age.
I feel like, but she's also trying to probably go the route of the Kardashians because she was like close with Kourtney. Kourtney's dating Travis.
And what happened with that? Like, they're not friends anymore, and they used to hang out like every day.
Kourtney's now with Travis and has
so true.
Puts her time elsewhere.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh my god,
to drinking Travis's cum 4 times a week. I don't know.
It's better than Megan drinking Travis's or not Travis, Machine Gun Kelly's blood. So those are just like some thoughts that popped in my head.
Oh, I should have thought of some. Like, why are things the way that they are?
Well, no, we should actually do a segment because I have a separate list of like, just like, why, like, I can't explain right now. My head is like done.
Just why?
Just like why? Like, I don't get it. Like, things I don't get. Like money. I'll give you an example. I just don't get it. Why can't we print more? Like, I get it, but I don't get it. You know what I mean? Like, we should do a list like that.
Do you want me to explain why we can't print more money?
I mean, you can, but I get it. I get why. But like, well, why can't we do it? You know, like, let's just do it. Sorry, for anyone listening, they're probably like, what the fuck?
It'll make the value of our dollar go down.
No, I know, but like, who gives a shit? Like, we should just print money and everyone gets a couple thousand every year.
Because then we have less buying power to buy the goods that we need from other countries.
But I know, but like, let's just do it.
Because then it'll make things more expensive.
No, but I get it. Like, that, like, but I get it. But I just like don't get. You know, like, it's just annoying. It's like I fundamentally understand why it is the way that it is, but at the same time, I'm like, but we could just fucking do it. Like,
I think like, and I have one, and it's a little bit more deeper, but I genuinely cannot comprehend the mind of someone that's like, I don't want you to have an abortion, therefore, because I don't want it, you can't have it.
Yeah, it's
like that is just such a like weird narcissistic trait for someone to be like, just because I don't like it, you can't have it. Because I don't like strawberry ice cream, you can't have it.
No, it's so dumb. Did you hear, not to get to the Roe versus Wade, by the way, we're like pro-choice on this podcast, but like this one lady who I praised to the end of her days. So she's pregnant and she was in the HOV lane in this state that I guess banned abortions, and they pulled over being like, you only have one person. She goes, no, I have 2 people in the car because you deem the fetus in my stomach a person. That's technically 2 people in the car. She still got a fine, but I'm like,
I think she ended up getting out of it. No?
Oh, good. I don't know. I didn't follow up on the story, but I thought that was so fucking amazing.
I think Biden put something into play though that paused all the Roe v. Wade stuff.
Oh, really? Okay, good.
What is interesting about Roe v. Wade, and like, again, I'm not going to get too crazy into semantics, and this is just from one TikTok I saw, because I haven't read Roe v. Wade. I don't have a full understanding, but what I got from this TikTok was that Roe v. Wade is not specific to abortions only. It's like the right to like bodily autonomy, basically.
Okay, yeah.
But also like how all these people for a while were being like, you know, you can't come in here unless you're fully vaccinated, like when they had certain laws, and they're like, that's a HIPAA violation. Guess what? With Roe v. Wade being overturned, that doesn't exist anymore. Like, or no, it's not bodily autonomy. It's the right to privacy of your health. So that means like HIPAA is kind of like it's still around, but that they could very easily argue, well, now with this being overturned, we can get rid of HIPAA kind of thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's like,
but again, no. Like, another thing that I don't get, like, I get, but I don't get, like, the president and the queen, they actually don't hold the fucking power. Like, they can't do shit on their own. You know what I mean?
It's like they just need like one person to be like the scapegoat for everyone to just absolutely
shit on. It's like you're the poster. Yeah, you're the poster child, and you can't do one thing you fucking want. I don't know, just like things like that. I have a whole list.
Honestly, the past like couple of years, like ever since Trump came into play, life just seems very overwhelming. Like we're getting to that age where we're understanding current events in a different light. It's affecting us finally, and we're just like, this shit fucking sucks.
I'm like, this life, this world is fucked.
Yeah, the boomers really were just like, fuck you guys.
No, truly. They're like, we're not going to be around long enough, so we're out. Like,
yeah, did you know that credit scores didn't come into play until like the late 80s, early 90s?
No?
Yeah. So like boomers never needed to worry about credit scores for like getting mortgages and stuff. But you know why they brought credit scores into play? Racism.
Shit,
because bankers couldn't be like, we're not going to give you a loan, because for a while they're like, as a black person you can only live in this area kind of thing.
Segregation.
But because they could no longer legally say that anymore, now they're like, we're going to give you a credit score. And because they knew they were from traditionally lower income areas, their credit scores would not be as good, therefore they would keep having to only move into these like certain areas.
Why are people so fucked? Who gives a shit what other people do?
I know.
Like, just because the colors can... I know this is getting... We can't go into it, but like, it's just so dumb.
At the end of the day, how is it because you don't like something, someone else can't do it? Like, I'll agree with, like, I don't want you to murder that person. That I can agree with. Like,
totally.
like the very simplest forms of things. Yes. But, like... it's just fucking crazy. Like, that's the biggest, crazy. Like, I don't get it.
No, literally, I don't get it. To end this on a funnier note, I have an apology to myself because I did something embarrassing, just personally. No one witnessed it, but, like, I'm going to carry it with me for the rest of my life. So I've been, like, fit girl summer and walking to... So we're back in office. So I walk to work every day, to and from. It's 25 minutes. It's a great workout. That's 50 minutes a day walking, math.
How many steps?
Like 10. I hit my 10,000 goal every single day.
Nice.
Like, I just feel crazy. I close all 3 rings on crazy girl. I close all 3 rings on my Apple Watch. Like, I'm just feeling fucking good. But it's hot out. Okay, it's like 30 degrees, and this girl doesn't do well in 16 degrees weather. Like, I sweat anytime. You
need to get one of those things you put around your neck and it's just fans on your face.
Truly, because I'm walking and I'm sweating, and I'm like noticing I'm sweating. Like, I'm noticing it's dripping down my forehead, and like, I'm about to go into a meeting. Like, I can't walk in. That's embarrassing. So I'm like, what do I have in my bag? So I open my bag. I'm like, nothing but a panty liner. What did I do?
Dab. Oh, because they don't have paper towels in the bathroom, do they?
And you know what? Those panty liners absorb that shit great. So I just held it in my hand, and every 2 minutes I'd be like, pat, absorb that shit. And then I like get to work, and my friend Ariel, I like put down my bag, and I guess my the zipper was open, and it falls on the ground. And Ariel's like, Toni Rose, your panty liner just fell out. I'm like, it's okay, I'm not using it as a panty liner. And then I like threw it away. But it was like the lowest of lows, but honestly, it absorbed it quite well.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's my apology of the week to myself.
Should get some of those blotting papers.
I got them at Vidcon.
Oh,
Rare Beauty.
Wonderful. I didn't get one.
Oh my god, the Rare Beauty was the best package. You didn't get the Rare Beauty?
They would not give me a ticket.
Oh my god, it was... Okay, I'm not going to rub it in your face, but it was great.
I have a lot of Rare Beauty stuff. Their shit's the bomb.
It's so good. But okay, that is the end of our episode. Thank you so much for listening and watching. If you're not watching, head to YouTube and subscribe.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram at weapologizeinadvancepodcast. You can follow us personally at Toni Rose Goulden, Toni with an I.
At Alex_French, 2 X's, 2 H's.
Until next week. Bye.